41, James Musa. Number 99, Malik Foster. And my captain of your Indy 11, wearing number 14, David Quinn. The head coach of Indy 11 is Sean McCauley. Indy 11 assistant coaches are Phil Presser and Dave Capone. The goalkeeper coach is Andy Swift. The head athletic trainer of Indy 11 is Josh Franklin. And the team doctor is Dr. Ashley Warren.
It is weather that is befitting the greatest thing in the history of stuff. If you know, you know. LIP, AFC. Even though these teams have been around for 11 and 12 years respectively, this is something that has happened seemingly for generations. Lou City at Indy 11. Thanks for joining us on My Indy TV at ESPN Plus. And through kind of a quirk in the schedule, this is the first time these two teams have seen each other on the season. October the 4th is the return date in Louisville. Greg Rakestraw, Dan Capsalis with you. Thank you so much for joining us. For the Indy 11, late July and August had been rough until we got to last Saturday night. The Indy 11 scored 3. Jack Blake scored 2. A big part of 3 points against Miami last week.
And Jack just continues to shine and show up. You see him here, his presence. Takes the foul, gets the PK, buries it. Just brilliant. I mean, he's been a huge part of Indy 11 in the last several games.
And Jack is really starting to climb the charts in terms of Indy 11 history. Now, 22 total goals in all competitions. That's good for third best. If you limit it just the USL Championship era, he's only 2 back of Tyler Pasher in terms of Indy 11 history. Lou City is good. This is nothing new. They made at least the conference finals, if not better, in each of their first 9 years of their history. Again, this is season number 11, and Dan, we think this might be their best team.
You know, they've got such a depth talent with Goodrum, Wilson, Dia, Davila, McFadden. They have just an unbelievable team, unbelievable depth, and they're executing. Super dangerous.
And frankly, not all those guys are going to be in the 11 tonight. They can kind of rotate some guys. They've got a little space to play with. They're 1 point away from clinching a playoff for an 11th consecutive season. We still have 2 months of the schedule left to go. LIP AFC, for those that don't know, Louisville, Indianapolis Proximity Association Football Contest. That's the last time I'll say that full phrase tonight. Thanks for joining us for Indy 11 Soccer on My Indy TV and ESPN+.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me. Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine, exceptional care simply delivered. And by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Let's get right to it. And speaking of Ford, our starting lineups are a service of your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Change from last week. Josh O'Brien in, Pat Hogan out. That's due to injury. We'll touch more on that. Like the combination of Foster and Blake kind of being on that same line, working together. Again, led to 3 goals for the Indy 11. For Lou City, they are starting to rotate their squad a little bit, knowing their goal is to play deep into November. But there are key pieces that you certainly recognize for this Lou City team. Philip Goodrum, we'll talk more about him in a matter of moments. One player that's going to get some run tonight is Brandon Day. He's on an academy contract. He's played 2 times for 7 minutes all season. And Fondez Not Loss gets the start for a second consecutive match. He only had a clean sheet last week in a 0-0 draw against New Mexico. And a club legend, Niall McCabe, it's just his second start of the season. But yes, so much what they do is funneled through Philip Goodrum. Goodrum acquired mid-season last year, kind of to back up Wilson Harris at that point. Philip's back to taking the star turn, one of 3 players with 12 goals in league play so far.
He is absolutely dangerous. They will play him up top. They will look for him. He's just gritty. He's gritty around the box. He's gritty inside the box. He just finds a way to get the ball and put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what he does.
By the way, 3 consecutive Saturday nights where the Indy will play those players. Bonfilio last week for Miami. Next week, Indy will see Cal Jennings at Patriots Point. Thanks for joining us for Indy 11 Soccer on My Indy TV and ESPN+. Plus, again, first of at least 2 matchups this season between these rivals ever since a U.S. Open Cup match in Lou City's first year of 2015. And, of course, league rivals since 2018. Here's Jones, one of the new names and faces for Lou City. He is a player from the University of Louisville, and his size at the back got Dan Capsalis' attention before kickoff.
You know me, I'm not a big guy, but that guy's huge. Absolutely enormous. And he has such a presence back there in the air, physically, and he's going to anchor that defense all night tonight.
Jones getting his 9th start of the season, and Jones draws the attention of Jack Blake as well. Blake braced for impact and draws the foul for a restart for the Indy 11. Blake, a pair of goals last week, one from the spot, one went upper 90. Top shelf in more ways than one from Mr. Blake. Approaching 40 goals in USL Championship play. Mario Williams the target. Flag stays down. Aiden Quinn. Williams looking for a quick touch. Williams! A second-minute goal for the Indy 11. And if you're going to beat the best, that's how you need to start. Indy takes a lead, 90 seconds in, an early time to cue the smoke in Indianapolis.
Just an improbable start for Indy 11, but what a great start for Indy 11. Williams, opportunistic play here. Ball gets in the box, just kind of takes one touch here. You just got to get the ball inside, and then perfect timing, great first touch, buries it far post. Goodness, what a great goal.
Well, Mario Williams gets his 5th league goal of the season. He has done so in less than 535 minutes. He has had goal contributions in a variety of ways, including during Jägermeister Cup play. But Williams gets the early goal, and this is a position Lou City is not often in, trailing this early in a match. Let's get to our keys to the match, brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsors of Indy 11 Soccer. I'm going to add a first one. Score first goal in first 2 minutes. All right, that's my first one. You take the next two.
It's a great one. You know, with them coming in, Lou City coming in top of the conference, Indy 11 has to play with an underdog mindset. Like, they got to come in and just, you know, shine, show them up, let them know that, you know, they're number one in the conference right now, but they've got to come in with that underdog mindset. Engage the midfield. They just did that with switching the point of attack, and they got rewarded for it with Williams just putting one in the back of the net. Just fantastic start, but playing like an underdog, playing with some grit. That's what it's going to take for Indy 11 tonight.
While Cam Lindley takes some time to get off the turf, it gives you time to break it down for Lou City. What must the champs look to do tonight?
Well, these guys, you know, they have the diversity in their attack. They have so many guys they can go with, whether it's McFadden or Davila, Lambert, you know, Wilson and Goodrum obviously up top. I mean, they've got two guys on the bench, and Dia and Serrano, that are some of their better goal scorers as well. So they have so many weapons to come at you with. So diversifying the attack, and they've got to put a high pressure in the midfield. Keep that high pressure when Indy 11 has the ball. Play a little high pressure, try to win it back in transition. They've done that very well.
Here's Goodrum trying to work his way around James Moosey. Can he get back to it in time? The answer is yes. Does not get through, but it is a corner for the visitors here at the tail end of minute number 4. Our injury report is brought to us by our friends at Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Again, Pat Hogan added to that. That was an injury suffered in training midweek. Hayden White is getting close to returning for the Indy 11. And Aiden Stanley has been out since May 16th with a knee injury suffered. That was a season ender against El Paso Locomotive.
Boy, if you're going to the concession to get a beer or a hot dog or something, Greg, that's what happens in this game. You can miss something, and boy, that came out quick and hard and fast. What a start for Indy 11.
McCabe sends it in, rolling ball that Jansen Harris hit somewhere towards the zoo. Cleared the entirety of the BYB.
BYB's loving that. Just a little high.
And we might want to be careful on tight shots of the BYB tonight, just because they're a little amped up given who the opponent is. So Reese Charles Cook, while Hunter Salt not on the injury report, it is a hand injury that Hunter has been dealing with, is why Reese has gotten the nod each of the last couple of weeks. Reese got his first win in a championship match last Saturday against Miami. This is just his 3rd start. So yes, for this edition of LIPAFC, our starting keepers now have a combined 5 starts in championship matches for the season. But Reese, a veteran of various different leagues in terms of England. First chance to play in the States this year. Was the Open Cup goalkeeper and played very well for the Indy 11. Wins against both Miami and then the loss in penalties to the Philadelphia Union. Reese also got a clean sheet against one Knoxville in Jägermeister Cup play as well.
It's nice to see him in there. What you're going to see with Lou City, Greg, is when they lose the ball, they're going to drop their outside mids back and play with 5 defenders. When they win the ball, those players McCabe and Days are going to be moving up into the flanks, trying to get that space. So Indy 11's got to be careful in transition there, because they're playing with 5 midfielders. Indy 11's playing with 4. We'll see how that plays out. But what Lou City's doing is dropping guys back when they lose the ball, and they're pushing guys forward when they win the ball. So that transition could be challenging for Indy 11.
McFadden was the target. Throw-in coming by Benefemu for the Indy 11. In Indy, tough enough when you're playing Lou City. Opportunity here. Buster on the run, just couldn't get the controlling touch. And opportunity comes and goes for Indy, but finish the thought. You're playing the top 2 teams in the league in terms of Lou City and Charleston each of the next 2 Saturdays, as we'll see Foster's brief moment, just couldn't get the right bounce inside of the 18.
Bumped up on his knee and lost control, but that was going to be a clear opportunity. One more step, and that ball's, taken on goal. Clearly an opportunity there. But
then in between these matches was a match added because Hartford did not have their field in shape to play back on April the 12th. And Hartford Athletic in early April and Hartford in early September are the same team in name and color scheme only. They are completely different. And outside of Lou City and Charleston, they are probably the best team going right now in the Eastern Conference. And that is what this week looked like for the Indy 11. So if you can get a result here against Lou City, what a bonus that would be, and what a spark that could be.
Be a huge confidence builder for Indy 11, Greg. I mean, they're sitting at 8th place. They don't have a lot of wiggle room. They've got to perform. They've got to compete. And boy, we'd be, they're not expected to beat Lou City. Lou City's that good, but every day is different. Every game is different, and they've come out hungry. They've come out of the gates with a 1-goal lead and a lot of time left, but they're in good shape right now.
Here's Days, the Academy product, trying to get it back to Jones. Williams does a good job of getting in the way.
Keep an eye on Lambert for Lou City, number 31. Big, tall guy, good in the air, especially on restarts with long throw here.
Get the extra run from a couple of lanes worth of the track here at Carroll Stadium. Deposits that right in front of Reese Charles Cook, and frankly, he kind of bumped into his own guy. That's the reason why there wasn't a whistle that was given there.
Did a good job to hang on to that. You're going down, you get hit in the air like that, you lose your balance. He did a nice job holding on to that. Great timing, too.
Want to thank our friends, the Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. Charles Cook will eventually have to play it. Couldn't wait on that to get inside of the 18-yard box. Rendon lining it up. His first chance to play in this rivalry game. Good recognition by Blake. Aiden Quinn, many moons ago, a former Lou City man. Blake trying to run onto that one, but Fondez had the read. Again, Damian Loss, much like Hunter Solt, has been kind of on a long-term loan, as in more than a year, from an MLS team. Loss got the first 20 league matches. Fondez now is getting a second match in a row. Clearly there's a reason why Loss is your one, but Fondez pretty solid back there too. Williams was in an offside position.
They're giving him a little bit, Indy 11 is getting a little bit more space. I mean, thought Lou City would be a little bit more high pressure, but they're giving Indy 11 some space with Williams running into that space there. Foster's had some space. We've seen Blake working up space. If Indy 11 can continue to capitalize on that and time their runs, they're going to create more opportunities here.
Well, frankly, Lou City does not have that many clean sheets on their resume this year. They've got a handful.
Right.
But when you score 2, 3, 4 more on a regular basis, you've got a bit of margin for error. Before the draw against New Mexico United, Lou City had scored 4 in each of their previous 3 league matches. They were trying to become the first team to go 4 for 4 on that front. Didn't happen last week against one of the better teams in the West. Here's McFadden. McFadden, who played at Notre Dame. We saw him play with Atlanta United's system before making his way to Lou City. Back to Fondez. Ofemu plays that. Indy was playing a high line, was asking for an offside flag, didn't get it. Here's McCabe. He'll turn 35 in October. Louisville's done a great job of kind of flipping largely from that first generation of players that have been around since 2015. McCabe's still one of those guys that's close to it.
Nice ball.
Lindley, Foster, Williams at the 6. Foster. Probably not the direction he wanted that one to go.
Nice transition, though, by Indy 11. Blake to Lindley, Lindley out to Foster. Just didn't get quite the piece that he wanted on the ball, but that transition is so quick. And again, Lou City's giving up some space in the midfield, and Indy 11 is doing a nice job there transitioning into that space. You saw it there with Blake and Lindley and Foster connecting. So Lou City getting a little bit lax in the midfield here with marking up.
Flag stays down for Williams, who finds Foster. Again, speed to burn for Foster. Plays it across, and Jones nearly knocked that one home. Now, obviously, he skied it to keep it on the right side of the crossbar. But it will be a corner coming for the Indy 11.
That was inches away from being an own goal. Foster does a great job with his speed, tough angle, and boy, oh boy, that could have easily, it came off of Adams, that could have easily been an own goal. I don't know how that went straight up.
And perhaps, Dan, a message being sent by Danny Cruz to his team because of the proximity. They brought 9 players, including a couple of Academy players. They all just got up to loosen.
Yeah.
You can't sub that many, and it's not college soccer. But you get the point. The fact they start warming up in like the 12th or 13th minute kind of gets your attention.
Yeah, and it gets the attention of the guys on the field, let me tell you. They are noticing, okay, coach has got the guys up off the bench. We better pick it up a notch here. Trust me, every single player on Lou City's team right now has noticed what Coach Cruz just did.
Fans, show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com today. Had a chance to catch up with Thorpe Miller of IMCU on Thursday night. We're a big sponsor of the UIndy Marion University football game that our viewers on MyIndy TV were able to take in and win for the Greyhounds. Here's Quinn. Tonight, Aiden Quinn jumps into sole possession of 3rd in terms of career matches played in the USL Championship at 283. One of the guys he's chasing is loosening up for Danny Cruz right now, that being Sean Tosh, who is sitting at 291. Canardo Forbes is next at 295. Of course, King Kenny now retired from his days with the Riverhounds. Goodrum could not keep that in play, and a throw-in coming for the Indy 11.
Lou City needs to settle down, calm down a little bit. You know, they know the talent they have. They know the diversity they have in their attack. Goodrum's going to stay up high. O'Brien's going to be watching them really, really close. But once they get in the rhythm, they're going to be tough. They're going to be tough here because they have so many weapons and so many ways of attacking at you.
Community Health Sports Medicine is the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Goodrum's work ethic, too, up top, Greg, is just relentless. He's just he's one of those guys that's just a pest with talent, right? He's just everywhere inside that box and around the box. They're going to constantly keep looking for him.
He has scored everywhere he has been in this league. Again, acquired from Tulsa in mid-August last year for a then league record transfer fee. Ball headed back in frame, and that kind of pinball around 2 or 3 different Indy 11 players. No damage done yet. Adams looks to reset here for Lou City.
That was a nice throw. That was Lambert on the slip head going to the near post. Nice set play by Lou City.
You wouldn't be surprised that Jones was an outstanding basketball player in his high school days as well. Certainly has that size. Now some room to breathe for Indy, but Foster's possession short-lived.
Like I said, Lou City, when they have the ball, they're morphing into 5 midfielders, loading up the midfield, trying to keep numbers up.
McFadden on the cross. He'd like to have that one back. Goal kick coming for the Indy 11. Take a look at the last opportunity for Lou City.
Great heads up by Reese Charles Cook there. That ball came at him really, really quick. He wasn't expecting it. Had a great reaction.
And you could see that there, again, there was some, maybe a handball possibility there against the Indy 11. when it's a reaction play like that, you're given a little more grace and latitude.
We could hear Lou City's bench screaming for it.
The joy of our broadcast location. We get to hear all these wonderful sideline conversations.
Sometimes the referee is a little bit screened and can't see all of it. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just means he didn't see it.
Here's Days.
Great pressure by Blake.
Blake bending ball that nobody made the ongoing run to support that.
But that's what Indy 11 needs to do. They need to get back and fight for that ball. Blake did it beautifully. He just, on the final delivery, didn't have anything on it.
O'Brien able to hustle back, and that ends up being a goal kick. That could have gone in a couple of different directions. It went the one in favor of the Indy 11.
Brian does a nice job there on Goodrum. You see Goodrum, again, his tenacity, his aggression, so dangerous. What they need to do, though, what Lou City needs to do, though, is make sure that when Goodrum has the ball, he needs support. He's good enough to take guys on 1v1 and go to goal, which is what he does. But they don't want to just isolate him up there. They want to make sure when they get him the ball, he's got an outlet if he needs it. And they want to make sure that you get that midfield supporting him, so they're just not sending him the ball and saying, hey, you know, Philip, you go to town and take everybody on.
While Ordonez is relacing a boot, gives us time to tell you about our friends at Droplight, fuel for brave brands. So put your business in the limelight. Visit droplight.com. See some of the young fans for the Indy 11. We have ourselves a junior section of the BYB tonight.
Great crowd. Beautiful night.
And frankly, given the rivalry, given the holiday weekend, given the long-term weather forecast, I've never lived in San Diego. I kind of feel like it over the last 10 days, what the forecast is for the next couple of weeks.
It's been unbelievable. It's exactly what we said the other day. I feel like we're in San Diego, and like you, I've not lived there either, but this is the kind of weather that they're famous for, and we're lucky to have it. Because we haven't been so lucky this year, Greg, with the weather.
Folks in Louisville nodding their head accordingly. Goodrum the target, Musa drifting back to get in the way. In brief ask for a handball. Our referee, Greg Dopka, by the way, is our referee for tonight's game. We've seen Greg many times over the years in this building. Days making the run, ball played to Wilson. Wilson,
I like this short possession game Lou City's got going here. Keep the ball, play the feet. You don't have to go forward. Just maintain possession. You're in control if you're in possession.
Throw-in coming for the Indy 11. And Indy has been leading this match since minute number 2. Romario Williams with the opening salvo for Indy. And frankly, we have seen Indy this year have a variety of struggles. There was a time when they would have leads and struggle to protect them. There was a time when they would get down early and kind of claw their way back and pull a point.
That was a stunner for sure.
Forward to Foster. But Foster, the offside flag goes up. And given how Foster was kind of going about 3/4 speed, I think Malik was aware of said infraction.
He's got such that we've talked about it so many times, Craig, with Foster. His burst of speed, his first 5 yards from 0 to 5 is just unbelievable. He gets that step in front of the defender. There he was offside. But what he needs to do then, once he gets that speed, gets past that defender, cut him off. Actually go take that angle, cut him off, so the defender's either going to watch him take a shot or they're going to have to take him down. If he keeps parallel with him, he gives the defender a little bit more of an opportunity to stay with him. Cut him off, get in front of him, make that guy take you down, or watch him put the ball in the net.
This portion of this match is brought to us by the Keystone Group, specializing in transmission developments, construction, management, and investments. So again, Lou City has had the majority of the possession. That is not exactly a surprise. We kind of thought that would be the way that this one would play out. However, what you have seen is Indy has set themselves up for not just the one strike they have connected on, but kind of a variety of opportunities in the counter. This is as good as the counter has looked for the Indy 11 so far on the season.
And they've had 3 or 4 great counters and capitalized on one of them. So, yeah, they continue to do this. I like it. We talked about them being the underdog, coming in with that underdog mindset and trying to prove to these guys that, you know, they're beatable. And so far, they've been able to do that, and they've done it really well.
We'll have a special guest joining us in a matter of moments. Dave Rose from CareSource will be joining us here in the booth. See if anything comes from this Indy 11 attack. The answer is no. Foul is called, so it gives us a chance to welcome Dave to the broadcast booth. He is the AVP of CareSource. Dave, thank you so much.
Hey, happy to be here.
We'll give you the full credit for the great weather that we have this evening.
I'll take it.
CareSource has a lot of wonderful things. Weather control is not one of them.
You know, other duties as assigned, right?
Yes. What does CareSource do for those that do not know?
So for those that don't know, we are a non-profit health insurance company. That's kind of a weird thing, isn't it? Which is pretty cool. That means that instead of trying to generate as much profit as we can for shareholders, instead we're reinvesting back in the community with events like tonight. So we're here. We've got 200 community partners. A bunch of kids are sitting up in the stands right now enjoying the game. Indy 11 has been such a great partner for us. We work with them on a number of initiatives, including the summer soccer camps, which is great. Getting kids out, getting active, getting healthy. It's been really great for us.
Why has this been such a good partnership? Because we've done a variety of this conversation now for many years.
Sure.
Clearly it's been a long-term partner. Why has it worked for both sides?
Well, and that's it, because Indy 11 and CareSource are both invested in the community, and we're here to you know, we both really are interested in getting kids out and doing things, and that's why it's been so great for us. You know, Indy 11 is all about community. They're all about families, and that's what at CareSource we're trying to do the exact same thing.
It's fantastic. How do people connect with you guys, Dave? How do they find more about you? Websites? You know,
yep. Easiest way to do is to go to caresource.com. Our website is there. We've got telephone numbers that you can call and talk to live people actually here in Indiana. We're not going to send you overseas or anything.
Wow.
Yep.
Good for you guys.
Yep.
Real customer service.
Real customer service.
Calendar's about to flip to September the 1st. It is a different first of the month that has your attention at CareSource. Open enrollment time is 2 months away, November the 1st.
It's coming.
What does that mean for Hoosiers and those you serve?
It means, you know, in addition to serving the HIP and the Hoosier Health-wise population here in Indiana, we also offer individual health insurance plans. So if you're not getting insurance through your employer, you can come to CareSource and we can get you taken care of. Again, during the open enrollment period, you can go onto caresource.com. You can call our toll-free number. We can get you hooked up with some high-quality health insurance. We're trying to keep costs low for people. It's real hard right now, but we're trying to keep costs low. Try to keep as much money in your pocket as we can.
How does it compare to, like, the Affordable Care Act, Dave?
So
how
that's
different is it?
Yeah, that's our individual health care plans are part of that Affordable Care Act. A lot of people call them Obamacare plans.
Right.
That's exactly what we're offering.
Okay.
Ball headed down, Fondez.
Craig, last year I was here. We got a goal while I was on the air. We got to do that again this time.
I was going to say, it is certainly shaping up in that direction. One more time, best way to track down the folks at CareSource would be?
Go to caresource.com.
All right, very good. Dave, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of the game.
Congrats.
All right, go 11.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Dave Rose, again, AVP of CareSource Indiana, kind enough to join us here in the broadcast booth.
Williams just almost had a brace in the first half.
He had a brace as a substitute in a match earlier this year. That coming against Hartford in a wild 4-4 draw back on May 28th.
Really nice opportunity. Nice save by Fondez to keep that out of the goal. But again, Indy 11 is not only winning this game, they're dominating this game, Greg. I mean, they're dominating possession. They're dominating the opportunities, the shots, the attack, the transition. Right now, Indy 11 is all over Lou City.
And how about this timing? Foster is onside. Foster off to the races. Malik Foster just pulls it wide. So oftentimes that is Foster's speed to set somebody up. I thought that was the right play. I thought that was his moment to go for it. Just couldn't locate the side of the net.
Did a great job. Again, we talk about his speed. He just misses the far post. Could have easily gone in. Again, this is his third, maybe fourth opportunity. Boy, just missed that. He knows that. He wants that one back.
Asking for a touch. If Fondez maybe got a piece of that, the answer was no.
Well, the good news is they're finding him tonight, and he's not done. They're going to continue to find Foster because he is outmanning and outpacing Lou City's defense and finding that space. He just needs to find a little bit better angle.
Lambert Murphy just digs in to slow the attack. McFadden responds quickly. Davila. Well, they have not mentioned Davila's name all that much yet, which frankly is part of the reason why things have gone well for the Indy 11.
Yeah, he's been quiet. He's one of their top guys, coming to the midfield, but he's been a little quiet. We'll see what Coach Cruz does, you know, with rotating guys on the bench. He's got Dia on the bench. He's got Serrano on the bench. He's got some key players that can come in and have an immediate impact.
Of course, we're on with you on My Indy TV tonight, sister station to Wish TV. And, of course, Wish TV is your local news source. Tune in at 10 o'clock on both Wish TV and My Indy TV 23. And for more, always log on to wishtv.com.
Great atmosphere tonight here, Greg.
You would expect nothing less between these two.
Louisville's well represented as well.
Always a lot of purple up here.
Really nice to see.
And frankly, goes the other way. You see a lot of blue and red when Indy makes the trip to Lynn Family Stadium. Rendon and Foster. Foster is the difference maker for this Indy offense. His speed changes the field and changes the math.
Totally does. And he draws attention. And when he draws attention, it's going to free up the Indy 11 players making those runs off of him. See if he can connect with those guys. But yeah, not only his speed, but when he gets the ball, he draws 1-2 defenders, which means there's going to be some space open behind that undefended space for Williams to run into or Blake to run into.
Rendon with the offside flag being drawn against him. And you mentioned in terms of possession and what Indy has done. This is coming off a streak where, frankly, Indy had been dominated in possession again up until that Miami match.
Yep. What's one thing we talk about? They were hovering around 38-39% possession. It's got to be more. You know, Coach McCulley's talked about it. Get it more, between 45 to 50%. It's easier said than done. But their rate of possession has been below 40. It needs to be in the low to mid 40s to dominate a game.
And again, you kind of throw the Detroit match out 3 weeks ago because of the red card given to Rendon 30 minutes in, but that was kind of trending in that direction. The Loudon match, hanging on to the ball, was a struggle, and they still scored twice and led twice against Loudon. That kind of carried over to the first half even of the Jägermeister Cup match against Greenville. But this looks like a different team. This is where, tactics and talent are seemingly meshing tonight for the Indy 11.
It's just lining up for them. They're all eager, especially, one of those things too, Greg, is I keep saying the underdog factor. They're motivated. Indy 11 is motivated. They know they're playing the best team in the league, but they're at home and they want to take care of business at home. They're not going to let Lou City come in here and dominate. And so far, they've been able to do that. Kudos to Indy 11.
Foster, no argument in terms of the foul. It looked like a 50-50 ball from afar, but it was whistled as a foul, and Foster offering not much in the way of disagreement and immediately offers his hands to Lambert. Lambert, one of the new names by no means to the league, but to Lou City this year. On loan from Real Salt Lake. Been in this league a long time. He's played over 140 matches in 7 years with Phoenix. One of the big free agent acquisitions of the season in terms of the championship. Musa tracking Goodrum. Good communication as Musa kind of behind the ball, hands off Goodrum to O'Brien. Quinn just lets that ball trickle across the byline for a goal kick. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. With your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. No hydration break is needed. Temperatures were hovering around 80 degrees at kickoff.
It's cooled off. It feels good.
Already the shadows starting to cast across Carroll Stadium. Clouds in the background kind of mute that sun that to some degree Fondes is having to look back into in this east-west pitch alignment. Then again, Lynn Family Stadium is kind of shaped in a similar fashion where you got an end towards the sunshine when you're looking back towards downtown. Quinn. He knows the geometry of the game, knew exactly how to hit that ball to keep it in play, and Fondez hits that towards us. We have a birthday party to our right, hence kind of the screams you heard as that ball was bounding towards the suite to the right.
Kids are having fun. I love it.
Throw in coming here for Indy. Musa will take it just to the left of the Lou City bench. You see some of the youngsters. Team owner Ursal Ozdemir there at the back of the handful of rows in front of the suite side.
I like Lindley for Indy 11 getting forward, supporting the attack with Blake, with Williams. He's getting more involved, and his distribution, we've always talked about Lindley's distribution, is unbelievable. His sense of the game, his mindset of the game, the way he reads the game. He's getting more involved in the attack, and that's going to be dangerous for Lou City.
Lindley now an 8th-year pro for the Indy 11. Went over the 100 matches played mark over the last few weeks, and he's now climbed to 4th in career appearances for the team. Iose #1, Brad Ring 2, Carl Ouimet 3, and Cam Lindley is not far behind Carl Ouimet. McCabe, a bad giveaway for the veteran. Rendon flying forward to join the attack. Foster just biding his time, and credit him finding Williams. It was a tough angle, but Williams may have been surprised that ball found him. I'm not sure how Foster had that window of space.
You know, he delivers it to him, hip high, and he kind of jams him a little bit. Williams does a good job to get anything on that ball because it's coming at him with speed. It's coming at him hip high, and he just doesn't have time to get that back foot planted and push away to try to give himself space to hit that ball properly. Makes connection, but just couldn't get the technique properly. He got jammed a little bit. But again, how valuable has Foster been tonight? He's involved in every single attack that Indy 11's had.
Beautiful flick by Goodrum to get past O'Brien. Plays it across. O'Brien shuts the door. But it will be a corner coming for Lou City here in minute number 34.
Great D and tracking by O'Brien. Goodrum is not an easy guy to track. Gets up to the end line. Just does a great job of timing the run. You see Goodrum here. Nice little back flip over O'Brien, but O'Brien doesn't quit. Stays with him. Give up a corner any day over giving up that cross.
Short corner here by Lou City. McCabe sends it in. Ball got to the 6 and no closer. Davila trying to find a window and takes a turn. I think that was off of Jones. Yes. Goal kick coming for Reese Charles Cook.
We see a little bit of Davila there, who's been kind of quiet, but that's what he can do. Find that open space in and around the 18. Left-footed player, left-footed shot. Can get the keepers off guard. So there's a little bit of dose of Davila that we haven't seen yet tonight, but looks like he might be coming to life.
Experience comfort in downtown Indianapolis. Hyatt Place and Hyatt House in downtown Indy. He has had the lead for the last 32 minutes. Greg Rakestraw, Dan Capsalis with you. Indy looking for their first win in this series in nearly 3 years. You got to go back to a Wednesday night in August of 2022. I can think of former Indy 11 goalkeeper Tim Trilk holding the LIP AFC construction barrel that is the supporters group's traveling trophy, the BYB and the Coopers from Louisville. Lambert slides it through, and that was a big bunch of nothing. Goal kick coming for Charles Cook.
Highly ambitious from Lambert there.
I think he expected somebody to latch onto that. I can't believe that was a shot from Lambert.
You couldn't really tell, but it was a waste.
I'm going to go with he is such a talented player. Yeah. There is no way that was the shot he had envisioned. Of course, this match is brought to us by Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Great ball from Murphy. Quinn couldn't work his way around the youngster. Good step by Musa. Blake takes a tumble. We play on. It's been allowed to be physical in both directions. Two veteran teams, veteran referee and Greg Dobka. Everybody knows everybody pretty well on this pitch tonight.
The other player for Lou City, Greg, that we haven't spoken too much about is Wilson, number 25. Super dangerous. Can score from outside, inside. He's been well marked by Murphy tonight and hasn't been able to find the space to do any damage.
Jansen had a remarkable rookie season last year. And again, it's getting tougher in this league, let alone MLS, to be an impact player as a first-year pro after college, and that's exactly what Wilson was for this team. He's a local product for Lou City as well. Goodrum, was there a deflecting touch from Indy there? The answer is no. Goodrum touched it last, according to our referee. A restart coming here for the Indy 11.
You see Goodrum there, number 9. He recycles runs so well. He does not stop moving, and it makes it so difficult to defend. He's recycling, he's checking back, and McCabe is coming in behind him. So there's a lot of great chemistry between these guys. They know when one's checking back, there's room for an overlap coming through. But Goodrum just does not stop moving, and it's so difficult to contain him and try to mark him up.
And that will be a foul against Goodrum. That was a 3-car pileup as Ofemu, O'Brien, and Goodrum only at the same point. Let's hope that Goodrum is okay, but obviously he feels he's in a bad way.
Looks like he got the worst of that one.
Goodrum has scored wherever he has been in this league. 28 goals in parts of 2 seasons in Memphis. 17 with Tulsa over 38 matches.
Just kind of ran into each other. It wasn't like a tremendous foul. It just looked like they got tangled up.
Well, frankly, he was the 3rd guy to that spot.
Right.
And hence that's why the foul was called against him, because he was the last guy to the party, for lack of a better term.
Holding his left leg. See if we can take a better look here.
Just feet got tangled up. Yeah.
Yeah. Might have twisted something there. Could be ankle, knee. Yeah, you hope he's okay, because they don't want to lose him, that's for sure.
Kyle Adams, as the team captain, gets the prerogative to kind of chew on the air of Greg Dopka a little bit. And Goodrum will come to the side, and I don't know if he'll continue on.
He's struggling.
And again, you're at a point of the season where there is such a gap. Again, not to Charleston, who's a point back, but the next closest team, as you see again the Titan view here, the next closest team in the league is 14 points back in Charleston.
Yeah.
In other words, if it's 50-50, you can err on the side of caution. Again, folks, if they get a point tonight, they clinch a playoff spot.
Right.
We have 2 months of the season left to go. That's how good they've been.
Yeah. Looked like Goodrum there in that last shot. Great camera work, guys, on that angle. Looks like he rolled his left ankle, got underneath him, and his momentum took him.
Well, fans, hope you join us every Saturday morning for Soccer Saturday on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. This week in the program, we heard from Sean McCauley, Jack Blake, Pat Hogan, and Louisville legend Sean Tosh.
But you're right, Greg. If Indy 11 could pull 3 points out of this today, what a turn with the number of games they have left. They're in that pivotal 8th position right now. That can really be a huge momentum builder for Indy 11 if they can pull this off.
Well, the stretch that Indy has coming up this week is kind of reminiscent of the stretch in which they beat Lou City in August of 22, because they had an 8-day stretch where they had to play San Antonio, who was the top team in the West, and beat them 1-0 here. Then beat Lou City on a Wednesday night. Then they had to go to Detroit and play them to a 0-0 draw and got 7 points out of 9. It was leading into Labor Day weekend as well. Unfortunately for Indy, that did not lead to a playoff berth for them in 22. But they have made the playoffs in each of the last 2 years, and they're currently in the last playoff spot in the East with 9 matches after this one. Switch to the attack, looking back post, didn't make it all the way through. And again, it'll be a goal kick for Indy. And James Musa at 33 years young, and you can see Philip Goodrum says, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah, he's down again.
Yeah, don't force the issue. No, there's no need.
Yeah, he's struggling. That's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate for Lou City and for Goodrum.
And I dropped the phrase Louisville legend. They frankly have 3 of them on this roster. And another one is about to sprint into action.
Wow.
And that would be Brian Ownby. There's a whole lot of soccer and wins between Niall McCabe and Brian Ownby. And over the last 2 years, there has not been a lot of time where those guys have been on the field together. It's about to happen now because Ownby is about to come back in as Goodrum is hobbling the sideline. So he will not add to his tally of 12 goals on the season, but literally hundreds of matches in purple and white are about to enter as Ownby will join McCabe. You know, you had
pretty cool.
Prince who would say, "Party like it's 1999." For Lou City, you feel like it's 2019 with McCabe and Ownby on the pitch. Ownby now in his 13th year of playing in the championship. He's only played 3 times this season for a total of 36 minutes. He is Louisville's all-time leader in assists, and Ownby joins the fray. All of our substitutions presented by our friends at Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies.
Unfortunate for Goodrum there and Lou City. They need him healthy, and that's an unfortunate circumstance there. He's on the bench over here, and he's really struggling. So give him some care and see if they can. He'll be done. He's done for the night, but hopefully it's nothing long term.
And Lou City is lost to a point too. They are done with midweek matches. They are playing every Saturday. So again, you just don't force the issue. You know you're getting at least 2 playoff games in your building. Maybe 3, maybe 4 if you're Louisville. Just don't force the issue.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be very cautious.
You are thinking about November already.
Correct.
If you're Louisville.
And with Goodrum, you don't take any chances. You don't gamble with something like that.
And frankly, they maybe have been since March. That's how good this operation is every year. Here's Dowell. Great read by Aiden Quinn. Jones, the former Louisville Cardinal. And once again, Quinn will hit the reset button. This lead now north of 40 minutes for the Indy 11. Going in, I'm sure not their mindset, but those around the club, hey, a point would be a good thing. Maybe starting to get greedy, thinking about getting all 3 against their big rivals.
Well, Indy 11 has not given up a real quality opportunity. I mean, their defense has been stellar. Reese Charles Cook and the goals has been reactive and done his job. So far, I mean, Indy 11 this game really, honestly, Greg, could be 3-0 right now. Indy 11. They've missed a couple of really, really nice opportunities that they've created. So I think Coach McCauley's got to be really pleased with this first half, and they're doing everything right. Defensively, they're organized, they're in shape, they're transitioning well in midfield, they're creating in the attack. They've maintained possession. It's been a nice first half for Indy 11.
Fans, be sure to stop by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. But for all the things Indy has done well, you're 1 moment away from this match being level. And Louisville can provide those moments quickly. Like, how about that?
Whoa!
Doesn't take long, does it?
What a shot.
1-1. Aiden McFadden.
Well, we talked about him before the game. He's been relatively quiet, but that's a 30-yard rocket to the back of the net. Caught Reese Charles Cook way off target, off guard. What a strike by McFadden.
And I don't think there's a darn thing you can do if you're Reese Charles Cook about that.
My goodness. And it's bending in. You see the spin on the ball. It's got a little bit of a bend, a little bit of a hook. He's swinging it to the far post, but it goes inside far post. What a brilliant strike by McFadden.
Sorry to be Nostradamus on that Indy 11.
No kidding.
I apologize for that. 3 goals in the season now for Aiden McFadden.
That's all it takes is that one strike. But I'm telling you, I still like the way Indy 11 has played this half, and they've had the better of the run. But that's all it takes. Lou City's capable of doing that. I was just about to say, with Goodrum out, players like McFadden and Wilson, Lambert need to step in now, and that's exactly what happened.
Indy 11 Soccer is sponsored by Dormakaba for every place that matters.
What a shot.
See on your screen, 2 minutes of additional time. 2 minutes is what's left.
We've seen 2 beautiful goals tonight.
Jason Wyrick leading the charge in the Brickyard Battalion in the Capo stand. We pan down to show you Reese Charles Cook on the reset. And again, if you're Indy 11, you can kind of feel hard done by that you led for so long in the first half and looks like it's going to be level. But again, it's what you expect with Louisville. You always expect that answer to be had by somebody.
Right. Well, without Goodrum, it'll change their style a little bit. They're always looking for Goodrum in his feet. And there you saw, when Wilson can do it as well. You saw McFadden, who just had a little bit of space, took it, and buried that shot. So they have to change it up tactically a little bit. Not get the ball maybe inside the box, but taking those shots outside. That's exactly what they did.
So tied at a goal apiece. Romario Williams gets the opening goal for the Indy 11. It was Aiden McFadden with a moment of brilliance to level us at a goal apiece. Sean McCauley will be joining us in a matter of moments. In fact, getting the setup ready for Coach as we speak. Sean is with us now. Sean, I thought you played awfully well. 1 moment leveled it. Just your thoughts in the opening 45.
Yeah, I think we've done really well. We've had a good shape to us. We've sort of outplayed them in certain areas of the field, and we've had a lot of chances, and you've got to take the chances, and whatever it's 1-0, you're always at risk of them leveling it up. It's an unbelievable finish. Sometimes they can hit the back of the stand, but it's hit the back of the net, and we've got to regroup now and come out the same way that we started the first half. Anything you change in terms of half number 2, or just keep doing what you're doing and do it slightly better? I think we've done okay, but we might look at what they've changed into. They've moved from their regular system to put an extra man in midfield because we were doing quite well in that area. So we might just have to move a couple of players when we're out of possession, but when we're in possession, I still want us to try and go and get that next goal. Thanks, my friend. Thank you. Sean McCauley, kind enough to join us. We'll have him join us post-match as well. It's been fun in Indianapolis. It is certainly competitive. We knew it would be. Indy 11 strikes first. Aiden McFadden, a moment of brilliance, struck last. It is Indy 11-1. It is Lou City 1. It is LIP AFC, and you're watching it on My Indy TV 23.
I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but sometimes I get a little stressed because I'm not for sure what's going to happen down the road. I was at the cancer unit, and when I come out from seeing the doctor, I said something about needing some help with all the paperwork. They gave me a name and a phone number. Her name is Molly. She works over at Community. She tells me, stop worrying, let me take care of it. She is my angel.
Stand by me.
Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they are in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
LIP AFC in full effect, and it's not just the senior men's teams. How about some academy action here at Carroll State United? This went the way of the Indy 11. We're showing you one of the goals. They actually had 5. Lou City would get one late. Some of the academy kids, Maverick McCoy tracking back. He's on an academy deal. And Ryan Hunsucker, Indy 11's third goalkeeper, getting some run here as well. Final score in the academy match earlier this afternoon. Indy 11-5, Lou City 1. We'll take a look around the USL Championship. Let's give you scores and schedule when we come back on a gorgeous Saturday night on this Labor Day weekend. Thanks for watching Indy 11 Soccer on My Indy TV and ESPN+.
With more features to keep your account safe and secure. Northwest Bank is here for what's next.
Good dog.
USL All Access on SiriusXM FC every Tuesday night. Devin Kerr, Mike Watts, we've got all the news around the championship.
This series is a dead heat. This is the one we've talked about since the end of May.
We'll recap weekly results, talk about player transactions, coaching tactics, and hey, maybe even a guest appearance by some interviews.
Who knows? SiriusXM FC every Tuesday night and the following day on the USL YouTube page and the SiriusXM app.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
We don't stop chanting, we don't stop drumming, yelling and screaming and chanting.
We'll follow them wherever, pretty much. That's just the love that we have for our team.
A goal for each side in the latest installment of LIP AFC, a shot of the Blue Monster just down the street here from the campus of IU Indianapolis. Greg Rakestraw, Dan Capsellos with you on My Indy TV and ESPN+. Let's get you to our news and notes around the USL Championship. We'll get you scores on the backside of that. Again, things that are percolating around the league. First of all, Terrence Murphy will be part of the new team in the championship in Dallas, Atletico Dallas. They will join championship play, not next year, but in 2027. Patriots Point, which is where the Indy 11 head next week. I think that's officially out of the frying pan into the fire. They have won 9 consecutive home matches. Again, folks, that's not unbeaten. That's 3 points 9 times in a row.
Amazing.
For the Charleston Battery. And for FC Tulsa, again, here's the difference between an unbeaten streak. They've done that for 14 games in league play. There is a slight asterisk to that. because their loss during that time was here against the Indy 11. That was in the final match of group play of the Jägermeister Cup, and that does not count in the championship standings. I think a lot of Lou City fans are nodding their head. Their former player, Luke Spencer, doing a wonderful job in his first year as the man in charge of FC Tulsa. So that's kind of the news and notes around the league. Let's get now to the schedule. Again, a very full night of activity in the championship. Here are the late matches in terms of a team from the East. Birmingham has to go out to Orange County. The other matchups in the East are taking place now, and we'll kind of update you as those are going along during the course of half number 2. Dan, quick thoughts on half number 1.
You know, I really like the way Indy 11 played. They came out fast, quick, got up super early in the game. They dominated possession. They dominated the flow. Just takes one shot to get that equalizer. But I really gave the edge to Indy 11. They played like an underdog, but they played like they really were confident in their style.
My guess is going to be there's at least one more goal in this. What side does it belong to? We'll find out when we come back. First half highlights, stats, and kickoff of half number 2 on an absolute Chamber of Commerce weather night in central Indiana. Right now the points are shared between Indy 11 and Louisville as you're watching on My Indy TV and ESPN+.
The main part of my job is definitely listening. People deserve transparency. I don't want the financial part to be something that stops or hinders a patient from having the health care that they need. I try to treat each person like they're my mom or my grandmother, my daughter, my husband. I want them to know that they're not just another phone call for us. And it's very rewarding to know that I can provide peace of mind.
Stand by me.
This is Paul. He loves running, music, and DIY home projects. In fact, he's remodeling his kitchen thanks to a home equity line of credit from Indiana Members Credit Union. They connected him with a loan officer, got him approved at a great low rate, and made it easy for him to make his monthly payment from anywhere thanks to IMCU's digital banking. Looks like Paul can do it all with a little help from IMCU.
This isn't just 90 minutes. It's a feeling you carry for days. It's the roar of the crowd, the rush of a last-minute goal, the pride of your city standing shoulder to shoulder. This is more than a match. It's an experience. It's family. It's fire. It's Indy 11. Be part of it. Get your tickets now at indy11.com.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine, exceptional care simply delivered, and by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. The White River wanting its way through downtown Indianapolis and literally, as you can see, just south of Carroll Stadium. Greg Rakestraw and Dan Capsalis with you on My Indy TV and ESPN+. Let's get you the highlights from half number 1. And again, the tenor sent early by the Indy 11. The goal from Mario Williams coming in minute number 2.
Just an incredible start for Indy 11. Serving the ball in long, gets inside the box. Blake pulls it down, serves it outside, and then here's Williams just with an incredible steps around the ball, inside of the foot, far post. Clean strike. Great start for Indy 11.
And then after that goal, Dan, there were some other chances. That was probably the best one. That and the shot by Foster. Again, kind of no glaring misses, but just good quality chances that kind of just left a little lacking.
It could easily have been 3-0 in the middle of this half, Greg. Indy 11 did a great job of attacking and putting pressure on Lou City.
Philip Goodrum with the injury. He is already done for the night. Brian Ownby came in for him. As you see, Goodrum says, hey, enough is enough. Again, in the dying embers of the half, McFadden with a moment of magic.
Just an incredible strike. McFadden's 25 yards out, bends that ball to the upper 90. Goodness, what a goal.
Lou City got some run for some of their younger players in half number one. Here come the old guys, and I say that glowingly. Sean Tosh is coming in for Arturo Ordonez. By the way, the birthday party going strong next door. And then Days, the Academy product, he's done as Amadou Dia enters the fray. He's approaching 200 appearances in total in USL Championship play. So already, Lou City has used 3 of their 5 subs in this match. And all of our substitutions brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies. So for Sean Tosh, this is appearance 292 for the former Northern Illinois Husky, who is now in his 9th season of playing for Lou City.
So much veteran experience on this field tonight, Craig. It really is impressive. It really is. These guys have been consistent over time, year after year. And this is going to be an exciting second half. It's 1-1. We got a beautiful night. We got a great crowd. The moon is shining. I mean, here we go.
Because of injury, you're not seeing the top striker for Lou City. You're seeing all the other key pieces, and that is going to be listed as a foul on Rendon, and I don't agree with that. I thought that Dia kind of went up and kind of sought out Rendon after he got in the air.
Yeah.
I think that's a wrong decision.
Let's take a look here. Rendon gets up. There's a little contact there, but that's not a foul. I would agree with you, Greg. Soft call. What you're going to see with Lou City now is Wilson's going to pull up top with Ownby, and they're going to try to get a little bit more pressure instead of without Goodrum now. It changes their tactics a little bit. Keep an eye on number 25 Wilson for Lou City. He's going to get more involved in the attack, with Lambert coming behind him and supporting that attack. A couple of testy moments there. Referee's done a nice job tonight. Of course, when people don't think he's doing well, there's thousands of referees who think they know better.
Of course, this match is brought to us by Dormicaba for every place that matters. No changes for the Indy 11. And frankly, nor should they. The only thing you consider is, again, you got 2 tough matches that follow this in the next 7 days. They're both away from home. But you're not exactly going to rotate your squad against the best team in the league and against your chief rival, the one that's had the better of you the last couple of years.
I think we could maybe look for Coach McCauley to consider making some changes in the 60th, 65th minute, somewhere in that ballpark, Greg.
I think allowing Jones just to walk this ball up the park, trying to keep their shape compact. Dia. Flag goes up against Jansen Wilson.
Wilson, again, is probably their best striker, best goal scorer outside of Goodrum. Trying to get him a little bit more involved this half. He didn't have as many opportunities in the first half. Without Goodrum now, he's crucial and key to Lou City's attack.
Charles Cook getting his 2nd consecutive start. Hunter Solt is on the bench. I think we'll see Hunter back in the lineup sooner rather than later. But there has always been this understanding that if given the opportunity, Charles Cook can get the job done. So far, he has. Again, the foul against Jack Blake. And suddenly a much tighter whistle in half number 2 versus half number 1.
See Coach McCauley talking to his team to settle down, find the rhythm here. Lou City's come out pretty aggressive here, pretty strong the second half. Kind of expected that. They got that jump in their step with that late first half goal by McFadden. So they've got a little bit of a mental edge right now on Indy 11.
And again, when you have lost one time all regular season, and you're ousted from the Open Cup, you're ousted from Jägermeister Cup, lost one there too. But their championship record says one loss. You just believe it's going to work out.
It's that level of confidence that they have in each other, and the chemistry they have, and the talent and depth they have is in their favor.
McCabe bending, ball in, headed down, and that finds the back of the net, and there it is, that's 2.
And we talked about Lambert with his head in the box. Earlier in the first half, I said keep an eye on Lambert because he's great in the air. What a beautiful ball, what a beautiful slip head to the far post has caught Reese Charles Cook off guard. Brilliant service.
And McCabe still has it.
Brilliant
Again,
service.
he turns 35 in October. And just tucked it inside that far post.
3 defenders on him, but he's got the size, and he had the. It's not just the size, Greg. It's timing that jump perfectly. The flight of the ball, where the defender is, where the goal is, and then you time it perfectly, utilizing his height. Just a brilliant goal by Lambert. Beautiful strike by McCabe.
That's how good you have to be to beat Lou City. Those are 2 absolute top shelf goals they have scored. And Indy has played very well.
They have.
And they're chasing the match.
Yep. Just like that, they're chasing the match. They gave up a goal in the very final minutes of the first half and given one up here in the beginning of the second half. So the tables have certainly turned and given them confidence. But Indy 11, if they get back to the style that they were playing earlier with a nice fluid transition, finding Foster, getting space, they created a lot of opportunities in the first half. They can do it again.
For Lambert, his second goal of the season. Again, a point clinches a playoff spot. For every moment at the back, opportunity here, but Williams.
That ball from O'Brien, I'm not crazy about. They're going to send a long ball down the middle. It got through that time. Adams misplayed it, but that long ball down the middle is not what Indy 11 is going to be successful at. They've got to get that ball outside, play more to feet, play a bit of a short game. That long ball is not going to work for them. So hopefully they get away from doing that and that kind of a style. But again, they did a great job in the first half, so they're capable.
Indy 11 Soccer is brought to you by Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Dia is fouled. Amadou has made an impact since entering at halftime.
Such a nice player. We were surprised he wasn't starting, but Coach Cruz rotating guys in, keeping some fresh legs in. We still haven't seen Serrano in the game.
And again, I think it's more of, hey, just get other guys some looks. Try to get as many guys ready without having players lose that fitness. That's why you got Tosh playing 45 and Dia playing 45. You have the luxury of long-term planning if you're Lou City.
And you have to plan for that because you have to plan for things that happen tonight, like Goodrum going down with an injury. You have to plan for that, so you need to get your guys in, get them conditioned, get them some reps. It's important. Coach Cruz doing a nice job managing that.
Adams back on frame and Tosh, but the flag goes up. Tosh has been a goal scorer in the past, but more from the penalty spot. But again, flag goes up to keep it a 1-goal game.
Uncharacteristic right now for Indy 11's defenders.
How about this ball? Dia just does enough. You see Tosh again is in an offside position. While we are away, throw-in coming for the Indy 11.
Indy 11 defenders are losing guys in the 6 there, losing guys inside the 12, inside the 6. They can't do that. They've got to be disciplined. They've got to make sure they stay goal side and go for those 50-50s. There's 2 opportunities. That was offside for Tosh, but he was loose, and he got free. And you can't let a guy free inside the 6.
Elvazamo is going to make his way to the 4th official. He'll be the first Indy 11 sub. He had a bit of a knock in training this week as well, but it's good to see he is back up and ready to roll. He scored against Loudoun 2 weeks ago, his 9th goal in all comps for the Indy 11. He'll be the first card kind of played out of the deck by Sean McCauley. Sports, this match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care simply delivered.
Sub is a little bit earlier than we anticipated, Greg, but I like it. I like it. Amo comes in with some fresh legs. He can put the ball in the back of the net and maybe give Indy 11 a spark here.
Rendon just pulled up on that ball a little bit. Interesting here, Amo's going to come in for Josh O'Brien. So I think what this means for Indy is they're going to go to 4 at the back. But it also means that Quinn is your left back.
Right, Quinn's going to drop.
And Rendon, who's a very offensive-minded player, is your right back. In other words, this is going to be full guns a-blazing from the Indy 11.
Yeah, they're pushing forward. They have to. They have no choice. But they've got to start getting more of their attacking players on board. Interesting move by Coach McCauley, but he's got a strategy. And
Murphy finds Lindley.
With 3 in the back now, Greg, without Goodrum in the game, it's a little bit easier. I'm saying easier. It's a little bit more manageable for Indy 11's defense because they don't have to worry about the way Goodrum moves in his runs. A little bit easier to defend a little bit. They're going to play with 4 in the back when they lose the ball, but you're going to see Quinn move forward. When they win the ball, he's going to go forward and give him 5 in the midfield.
Indy 11 Soccer is brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility, both staffing and operational efficiencies, while driving results to your bottom line, increasing productivity and reducing labor costs. McCabe, the intended target. Afemu gets in the way. And a throw in, not a corner, but close here for Lou City. Looking ahead for Louisville. They're on the road each of the next 2 weeks. In fact, they're at home just once in September. That is hosting Las Vegas in 3 weeks. They go to Rhode Island, who was the team that gave them fits last year. Louisville already has a 2-1 victory against Rhode Island from back in June. Tosh heads in. Tosh gets the goal.
Wow. A slip head off the throat. Off of Tosh's head. An unbelievable slip-headed goal by Tosh. Totally caught Reese Charles Cook off guard into the far post side panel. That is not something you see very often.
There is a sign in the Estopanol end that says, "Yeah, Tosh." That is a reference to Bob and Tom. Yeah, toast.
Yeah.
Well, right now, Lou City is turning the Indy 11 back line to toast.
Well, you saw
3-1 for the Indy 11.
On the replay there, we saw Reese Charles Cook pinching toward the near post, leaving that far post wide open, and he got caught kind of in no man's land. Probably could have been a little bit further back in the goal to make sure he times it right, but he was pinching toward the near post, and it totally beat him far post. He had no shot at making that save. What a slip head. What a, again, we talk about the restarts, Greg. That long throw is so dangerous. It's like a corner kick, and Tosh just scored a goal that's a little bit improbable, but certainly very well executed. And Lou City has totally turned the tables here.
The old guy still got it.
Man.
McCabe, Tosh, Ownby out there in the mix. Diaz 32. The veteran step into the 4. Blake has a hit, but that is steered wide.
The 11 just come out the second half. They've just come out a little flat. If that last second, last couple minute goal from McFadden in the first half might have taken their wind out of their sails a little bit, but they looked really good in the first half. Second half is a different story. They did
3 goals in the span of 11 minutes of match play, dating back to half number 1.
Yeah, now they're fighting, now they're climbing. All nice goals, too. Every one of the goals tonight has been a highlight goal.
Lone loss for Lou City in league play. Game against North Carolina FC. Down in Cary on a Friday night, 2-1. Was they lost to Minnesota United in Open Cup play, 1-0. Lost to Loudoun, the Jaeger Cup 2-1. There is a shot that takes a turn. That will be a corner coming for the Indy 11. But there have been no losses of any kind in any competition since June 20th. In fact, last week was just the second time that Lou City didn't get the full 3 points in a match since June 20th.
The third time they were shut out. Yeah, you see their...
Quinn sends it in. Jones got there first.
A great ball by Quinn.
Musa got one look at it. Davila will buy some more real estate.
And 11 has time, plenty of time. They just got to find their rhythm again. Find that rhythm they had in the first half. They were moving the ball side to side. They were transitioning at speed with numbers up. They can find it again. They have... Lou City has absolutely turned the table on this game.
The air has come out of the balloon a little bit for the Indy 11. Musa redirects. Adams skies at about 20 yards. Amo trying to make the turn. Amo is possessed by Tosh, but it will be a corner coming for the Indy 11.
I like Amo taking him one-on-one there. Is exactly what he needs to do. Try to get him to the outside with the outside of his foot.
Show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com. Contact in the box, and it'll be deemed to be a foul against the Indy 11. And Fondez is down.
There was some contact there for sure. Can't tell if it was against 11 or if he hit his own guy, but I mean, he came up strong. When the goalkeeper goes up like that, it's so vulnerable. I mean, he's going for the ball. He's sacrificing. Goalkeepers, they sacrifice their bodies. Yeah, he got hit by, looks like Rendon ran into him.
And frankly, landed on Amo. That's where the, looks like the kind of midsection or ribs injury may have happened.
Goalkeepers are tough, man. They have to put their neck in places you wouldn't want to put your foot. And they have to sacrifice their bodies to try to make a save. And Fondez certainly does that, but he's...
By the way, it is not lost. It is his backup. It is the third stringer in Ryan Troutman, who is the backup tonight to Fondez.
I think it's more when he comes down and he hits Amo and the landing doesn't go well for him.
So Troutman certainly getting ready as if his number is going to be called. This would be the first action of the league season for him if he goes that way.
Fondez comes out. That's second tough injury for Lou City tonight, losing Goodman in the first half.
See Troutman going to work. The loss got the first 20 minutes of the league, or 20 matches, I should say, of the league season. The depth has proven pretty solid for this Lou City team. It's one of their strong suits, no doubt about it.
Looks like Fondez might be staying in. The way he landed, Greg, he might just have the wind knocked out of him a little bit too, because he landed hard on the ground. Such a brave position. People need to respect what goalkeepers do, the athleticism, the guts they have to fight for a ball, knowing that they're putting themselves in a very vulnerable situation to get injured. Goalkeepers are tough. Good to see he's back up.
And again, Fondez knows that his opportunities are probably going to be brief, you know, for the team. And when you got a guy like Loss on your squad, so there's even more motivation to not come out of the game when you get dinged up like that. And a whistle against Tosh.
Lots of space on the outside for Indy 11. Change your point of attack, get that ball wide, lure the defense from Lou City in. It'll create some more space for them.
Lake skies to get that one, but could not get to it.
Looked like a handball.
Williams looking to make the turn.
Lou City might have gotten away with one there, Greg.
Murphy going to be called for the foul as he turned into Lambert. Let's go back to see what drew the ire of the BYB.
Right there. Yeah, it looks like it touches his.
I think that was more generated by Blake than it was a handball on the way down to Jones. So Lambert will soldier on again. Already 3 subs have been used by Lou City. They do have 2 windows in which to use those subs, knowing that they had 2 subs that came in at halftime. And Musa allows that to bounce to Charles Cook. Amo. And deemed to have gotten that one legally as Lambert went flying.
2 players Indy 11 needs right now to step up are Lindley and Blake. Get them more involved, get them involved in the attack, start that distribution.
Yellow just shown to Lambert for a demonstrative reaction. He was very upset about not getting a foul call at the other end. Frankly, players on both sides have been in Greg Dopka's ear in half number 2. I think that's a pretty clear foul there.
Blake knew it.
And it wasn't the player that committed the foul that got the card. It was Lambert's turn and walk towards the referee that had him seeing yellow.
Yeah, that was an aggressive approach. You got to be careful. You know, just because you're not the guy making the foul, you approach a referee like that, you're bound to get a yellow.
And that is policed much stricter than it used to be over the last 2 or 3 years.
And rightly so.
Quinn sends it in. Musa trying to carve out some space. Booted to safety by the visitors. Ownby gives chase for Lou City. Amo. Good job to at least get a flick to it, but couldn't control it. If that ball had gotten Ownby, he would have been in an offside position, so Lou City better served by having the throw in here. Thank our friends at Community Health Network. Exceptional care simply delivered. Dia. Bumped by Rendon, but
good no call.
Not enough, says our referee.
And U11's got to start pushing forward. They're going to have to leave themselves a little bit vulnerable in the back, which means in transition, Lou City could have an advantage. But being down 2 goals, 67th minute, they have to press. They've got to put numbers forward. And that's Blake and Lindley supporting the attack.
Good touch by Blake. Bringing real estate ball hit. It's not a bad thing for Lou City taking a 2-goal lead. Jones just sends that one the opposite direction. Your Central Indiana Ford dealer is a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Good find to Musa. And this has not been about Indy playing poorly. This has been about the spurt ability of Lou City.
The thing about it too, Greg, was in that first half, Indy 11 could have had 3 goals. I mean, easily. That ball that Adams put over his own goal, I don't know how that didn't go in. And Foster had 2 great chances, and Williams had another chance as well. So this game could have easily been turned the other way in the first half. They just couldn't find a way to put them away. As Coach McCauley said, they created the chances, they just couldn't finish them. Lou City has taken every advantage of all the chances they've had. And that's without their top striker, too.
5th league match of August for Lou City. They have scored 15 goals.
It's impressive.
Lindley trying to spring Williams. Jones has him covered. Ofemu asked for an offside flag, but Ownby now fouled by Ofemu. Trying to again get Ownby and McCabe kind of back into, not sure if they're going to be starters at this point, but just kind of get them back into regular minutes. Playing to combined 11 matches on the season coming in. McCabe got the start tonight. Ownby, the injury substitute late in the first half for Goodrum. They have both shown their old school form since being called upon by Coach Cruz. Looking back post. Charles Cook will go snag it.
It looks like a relatively routine play for Charles Cook, but he's got 3-4 guys in front of him. That ball is spinning. It's not an easy ball to bring down. It did a great job there. It made it look routine, but that is not a routine save. I mean, it looks like a pop fly to the infield, right? But with that ball spinning and you got guys around you, you've got to time it right. You got to hold on to that thing. So he makes a routine play. It makes it look easy, but that is more difficult than it looks.
Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle.
Indy 11 just has not created a real scoring opportunity in this half, Greg.
Amo. Blake. Finds Foster. The lead for Rendon. Who's sitting now all 10 defenders behind the ball.
Good movement here by Indy 11.
Possession for Indy 11, but still not generating a look inside of the 18 from it just yet. Murphy finds Rendon onside, play the cross, and get everything but. Murphy chips it in, but Fondez had it covered the entire way.
That was a nice play. That was the best look they've had this half. Really nice movement, great possession. They finally get it through. Great ball by Rendon, just could not get on the other end of it. Amo. But nice movement, nice possession. Resulted in an opportunity, just couldn't finish it. But that's the kind of stuff they need to do. Play the ball short, keep possession, kind of move the defense around a little bit, look for those open spaces, and look for those diagonal runs. It's exactly what they did. That ball going across by Rendon there is so dangerous. All it is a one-touch redirect. Amo just couldn't get on the other end of it. That would have been nice to see that one go in. Indy 11 still showing signs of attacking, but just over 20 minutes to go. A little bit of an uphill climb.
Davila. Steered in. Tosh already has one goal tonight. Indy led for the first almost 45 minutes of the match. That takes a turn off an Indy 11 defender. And ricochets off another one, but actually last touch by Lou City. So goal kick for Reese Charles Cook. Of course, this match is brought to us by the Denny Companies. Tearing down the past so you can build the future. McFadden leveled right before halftime, and then it was quick work made by both Kevin Lambert, followed by Sean Tosh, and what was a one-goal lead for north of 42 minutes has become a two-goal deficit, and only that last build-up on the Rendon cross, as Dan so well put, has been where Indy has been close in half number two. And again, this has been a script that has been followed many times before from Lou City. And Williams fouled by Tosh. Those two have had some battles over the years for sure. And then Davila goes down behind the play.
He went down in a heap like somebody hit him, and Lindley's standing over him like questioning what's going on here. Little tension, frustration setting in here, but Davila did go down. Didn't really see what happened. He went down pretty hard though.
Blake offering a hand up. And frankly, cooler heads are prevailing. Greg Doppy just kind of taking it all in. He'll show a yellow to Malik Foster. Like there's going to be one coming towards a Lou City player as well.
Oh, he kind of got an elbow from Foster there. Looks like he got an elbow from Foster right in the old midsection there.
And Lindley and Murphy may have been questioning the ferocity of said blow.
Yeah. You can see Foster's arm go that direction, whether it was a, solid hit, but there was some intent there. Of course, I think there's a little bit of embellishment on Davila's point.
Chisholm and Collier about to head to the fourth official for the Indy 11. So fresh legs about to come in up top. In other words, you would think maybe Foster and Williams would have their day done. Indy switches the attack. Lindley delivers. Musa heads it, but it will be a corner. It'll be last touch by Lou City.
I like this move by Coach McCauley, bringing in Chiza and Collier. Again, fresh legs. They've got to put a couple balls in the back of the net. Mix it up.
Bending ball in. Lou City got there first. Quinn has a hit, doesn't get through. Lou City on the block. Quinn the recovery. That was Jansen Wilson that got in the way. Amo trying to find an escape hatch, and Indy a point to the goal and a goal kick, and that draws the ire of the Indy 11 fans. Murphy done. Collier coming in. We'll see who Chiz is coming in for. A rare night that Murphy is subbed out. Williams is coming out for Chiza. And basically, Indy is trying to put as many forwards on the field as possible. They're just kind of throwing it up against the wall and seeing what sticks at this point.
Well, they're trying to get their attacking players in, get some fresh legs in there. Collier and Chiza have both been, successful in the attack. See if they can generate some spark here for Indy 11.
Indy 11 are going to be on CBS Sports Network coming up on September the 21st. However, before that is the case, you can catch some exciting League One action next Sunday. That is September the 7th. Spokane Velocity and Westchester SC. See it on CBS Sports Network next tonight at 7 o'clock. Yes, the next time the Indy 11 are home is not for 3 weeks. We will not have a local broadcast of that match because it will be on CBS Sports Network. That'll be against the Birmingham Legion, a Sunday 5 o'clock kickoff. In fact, our next broadcast on My Indy TV is not for 4 weeks. That doesn't seem possible.
Yeah.
But when you frankly have like 9 of 11 Saturdays at home, the rent comes due at some point in time, and that is in the month of September and October. Indy is at home just 3 times in the final 9 matches of the season, which, again, makes their playoff position precarious, knowing the caliber of team they have to play and the miles in which they have to travel to play there. At Hartford, at Charleston, at Rhode Island, home to Birmingham, home to Tulsa. And they'll see the best team in the West again. Their earlier match against Tulsa was in the Jägermeister Cup. Then at Louisville, at Pittsburgh, home to Loudoun, and at Orange County. That's the remaining schedule. Ownby, Ofemu does just enough.
Great tracking there by Ofemu.
And Lindley dives in and times it perfectly. Now can Chiza get going?
Great ball by Lindley.
Collier joins the attack. Chiza plays it behind Blake. Foster trying to turn the Jets on once again. Rendon couldn't slide it through. And there's going to be opportunities at the back for Lou City. Just because, Indy has so many forwards in the game. And they're frankly not concerned about goal differential here. They're trying to get at least a point out of this. In other words, it's going to be exciting soccer up and down the park. Lou City bringing their final 2 substitutes to their bench.
Portion of the second half, we've seen Malik Foster for Indy 11 kind of moving into the middle a little bit. I like him on the outside, Greg, because he's got so much. He's got that pace and he needs that speed, so he's back on the outside. Get him 1v1. Get him 1v1 against Diop. He can take him. He just needs to get that ball, find that opportunity. But I like Foster more on the outside where he is now. He created a lot in the first half.
Rendon goes down, fouled by Diop. Ray Serrano, by the way, is going to be one of the Lou City subs. Pretty good luxury to bring him in about the 80th minute, isn't it?
Yeah, wow. He's one of your top guys coming in off the bench this late in the game. Fresh legs. He's a heck of a player. We were surprised not to see him starting. Nice opportunity here. Blake looking to serve it past the 18.
Tosh to Clarence.
Indy 11 has a little bit of momentum right now. They're finding opportunities. They've got some possession. They're in attack mode. They're getting numbers up. They just haven't been able to really get that final ball to make it dangerous for a real scoring opportunity. Lou City doing a nice job with pressure.
Quinn, and Rendon misses a sitter. That was a chance to get back within one, and there are hands to the face along the Indy 11 bench. A towel was thrown, and that was the opportunity to make it closer.
And you can see exactly what Rendon does here with his foot. You watch the replay. He hits it. The ball's coming at him, so it's like a ball you want because it's coming at you. But watch his left foot. Comes up, gets underneath the ball, and just pushes it straight over the goal. He'd love to have that one back. That's about technique right there. That's all about technique. Keeping their toe down, following through. Just mishit it.
Younger brother coming in for older brother. Evan Davilo replaces Taylor. That's one substitution for Lou City. We referenced the fact that Serrano was coming on. Niall McCabe had played 150 league minutes all year. He just put in an 81-minute shift and did his traditional fantastic work. Our substitutions brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility in both staffing and operational efficiencies.
Well, Lou City just, they're so impressive, Greg. They just, they got down very early and basically got beat in the first half. Found a way to get a late goal by McFadden. Since then, it's pretty much been all them, but they have so much depth. The reason they're on top of the conference, they have so much depth and chemistry. They execute so well. We talked about it before the game started, and they've proven that here tonight.
Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Fondez has been solid. Hadn't had to do as much here in half number 2. Made some big saves in half number 1. Musa going to be whistled for the foul as Ownby takes a tumble. And Musa told, hey, no more.
Not sure Musa thought that was a foul. He was questioning the referee on that one. Looked pretty clear.
Sports, this match is brought to you by the Keystone Group, specializing in transmission developments, construction management, and investments. And there is little time to dwell on this one if you're the Indy 11. Hartford that scored 4 on you on May 28th and is playing a much better brand of soccer. You got to go play them at their park on Wednesday night. And that is a makeup match from April the 12th. Chiza tracking. D up. And eventually Charles Cook will track it down. These two teams will see each other again in 5 weeks. Lou City is headed for the playoffs. That isn't exactly news, but it is now a mathematical fact. Assuming Indy doesn't score 3 times in the next 8 to 10 minutes.
Not likely. Possible, but not likely.
Serrano will track this one down. And he took a giant leap forward for Lou City last year and has backed it up with his play this season. 6 goals and 4 assists. He has played in every league match, has Ray. Just 23 years of age. Came up in the Seattle Sounders Academy program. Now his 4th season playing in Louisville. We'll have a corner kick coming up.
Another dangerous restart. There haven't been that many corner kicks for Lou City. And when we think about it, Greg, they haven't had that many chances in this game. The ones they've had, they've buried.
Chisholm got there first, and it bounces off a Lou City player. Again, all the activity from a scoring standpoint before we restart. Oliver Bernays will come on. He will replace Malik Foster, and that is the end of the substitution windows for the Indy 11. And our subs are brought to us by Morales Group Staffing, offering flexibility to both staffing and operational efficiencies.
Foster had a nice game tonight. He had a tremendous first half. Couldn't find it so much in the second half, but had a nice night. I like Bernays coming in, fresh legs. He's got that speed. Get him on the outside, some space.
Ownby couldn't do much with that. And again, Brian's at an age where I think he goes, you know what, we're up by 2 goals. Let me. I've been injured for the better chunk of the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Let me hold up on this one. A wise move.
Reese did a nice job timing that right and coming out to the top of the 18, but I think you're right. Ownby said, nah, I want to get up in the morning.
Rendon trying to weave his way through traffic. That'll be a goal kick. Again, I don't think Indy played that poorly.
No.
I think you said it very well about 30 minutes ago. Louisville took advantage of their chances. Indy did not.
Right.
And that's the difference in
that
3-1.
That is the difference. We didn't get a chance to see the halftime stats, shots on goal and possession. But Lou City hasn't had that many shots on goal. In fact, they might only have the 3. All 3 of them went in. For Indy 11 did have a couple chances in that first half. Couldn't put them away. But they have not played a bad game, Greg. I don't think Coach McCauley will be. He'll be extremely disappointed with giving up the lead and the loss, but they've played a relatively good game, and they're still creating here. They're still trying to find opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net, and they've had chances.
I'm going to blast that right at Fondes.
Again, they were coming in as the underdog. They came out strong and fast. But Lou City finds a way. They're impressive. They're a very impressive club. There's a reason they're on top of the conference.
And ousted in the semifinals last year of the Eastern Conference by Rhode Island. Their earliest exit in club history. That streak of making at least the Final Four of your league 9 years running.
Yeah, that level of, it's not just the consistency that makes it difficult, Greg, but the teams change players. There's a lot of new guys coming in and out. There's a revolving door of guys, right?
But not in Louisville. Now, to their credit, they have hit that window of, all right, how do you try to maybe lessen role of older players and bring guys in around them? But again, they've got the connective tissue. Again, we referenced McCabe, Ownby, Tosh, guys that have been there 8,
veterans.
9, 10 years.
Yeah, they've got that chemistry, and to have that type of consistency over the last 9 years, that's incredibly impressive. I mean, that's a juggernaut.
Looking for the best deal in town? Check out the all-new Pabst Blue Ribbon deck next time you're at Carroll Stadium. Enjoy $3 PBRs all game long. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com or the Indy 11 box office day of game. Pabst Blue Ribbon, because you deserve a blue ribbon. Throw-in coming here for Louisville. So next time, Indy 11 fans, you can see your team at home will be on September the 21st. Danny, it pains me to think that we have 3 more broadcasts left this regular season.
It goes by quick.
And obviously no guarantee. We're hopeful of having a playoff broadcast, but Indy 11 might be white-knuckling this one all the way to the final match of the season. And what is unique, Indy kind of front-loaded most of their trips out west and Western Conference competition, with one exception. They literally play like one of the last matches of the season. They play a 10 o'clock Eastern time match on October the 25th at Orange County. And a playoff spot may easily come down to that match.
Yeah, they're not giving themselves any cushion or any real wiggle room. Every game matters.
Collier at the edge of the 18. Collier. And that'll be a foul on Elliott. Good job by Lambert to track back.
Yeah, Lambert did a tremendous job getting back, getting in front of Collier. Collier had the ball, just got away from him a little bit, give him a little bit of a nudge, and down goes Lambert, and made a great defensive play out of that.
4 additional minutes of stoppage time has been added. 4 minutes before this one goes in the books. Another potential win for Lou City. And Lou City came up here in May of 2015. Their first year, got an Open Cup win. That's when the two teams were in different leagues. They would do it again in the Open Cup in 16. Indy got the win that time. 2017, the only year of Lou City's existence when these two teams did not see each other. But then in 2018, they play 4 times. In 2019, they play 3 times. COVID-affected schedules of 20 and 21. They each played 4 times. More often than not, Lou City has been the victor again. The Orange Barrel, if you will, went to Indy for getting the better results in 21 and 22. With the last now 3 seasons, the pendulum has swung back in favor of the team in purple from just south of the Ohio River.
They've been fun to watch tonight. Again, Lou City has not really had tremendous attacking presence, and losing Goodrum in the first half has something to do with that.
Let me pose it to you this way. Again, for those outside of Indy that don't know my partner's coaching background, high school coach, youth coach, has been around the sport literally all of his life. What weaknesses do you see, if any, in the city? Where do you potentially attack them, knowing, again, they've lost 1 time in league play? How do you devise a game plan against this team?
You know, you have to really load up in the midfield. They're playing with 3 in the back, 4 in the back at times, and then they morph into 5 guys in the midfield, Greg. It's tough. They're strong everywhere. They're strong in the goal. They're strong in the back. They've got great presence in the midfield. They've got depth on the bench. It's really, really challenging to beat these guys. You've got to find a way to, again, Indy 11 did it in the first half. They were possessing the ball. Play a short possession game. You don't want to be sending balls long in. You want to play it like that. You want to play a short possession game so you have a little bit more of an opportunity.
Blake, the left foot bending ball that Fondes saw late. Blake, who had a brace last week, nearly tried to match the level of goal that McFadden had earlier in the contest.
That's a great shot by Blake, and an even better save by Fondes. Wow, just pushing that over the bar.
It'll be a quick restart knowing you're down 2 goals. Lindley sweeps it in. Collier try to send it back in, but couldn't clear the defender, who then sends it back towards the Indy 11 bench.
And the thing that's tough, to continue to answer your question, Greg, the thing that's tough in defending Lou City is they have so many diverse, we talked about it before the game, the diversity they have in their attack. They're getting it from so many places. You mark up Goodrum, then you got to worry about Wilson. You mark up Goodrum and Wilson, then you got to worry about McFadden. I mean, they have so many guys that are coming at you. And if you don't stay disciplined defensively, you're going to have a tough time against these guys. And we saw tonight, Indy 11, got a little bit lax inside the box, inside the 12, actually. And that's what costs them. So team that's going to beat them has got to be super, super disciplined and keep an eye on all the guys that they have that can put the ball in the back of the net. You got Serrano out there now, Dia out there. You know, these guys can all put the ball in the back of the net. Lambert. They're just coming from me from so many different angles. It's really tough.
And they'll play one more time. If Indy is the 7 or 8 seed, very good chance they would see Lou City a third time, headed back to Fondes. And we're just simply glancing at wristwatches now in terms of putting this one in the past tense. It looked good for Indy for about 45 minutes. Doesn't look so good at the end. Congratulations, Lou City. You're a playoff team, and frankly, you knew that already. You're thinking about winning that last match of the season. They look to show their championship medal so far. Danny Cruz's team might be in cruise control these last few weeks of the season. Your final score from Indianapolis, Lou City 3 and the Indy 11 1. Stay tuned, post-game coverage, our organic Desnuda Tequila post-game show. We'll also have our lockdown play of the game and our securing the win moment. It all comes your way next on My Indy TV 23.
Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they're in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me.
Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Again, a gorgeous night. It looked good for Indy 11 for a while, but to beat Lou City, you have to be 90 minutes, almost point perfect. Was not the case for the 11 tonight. Lou City, again, showed why they are amongst the best of the best. 3-1, they win in Indianapolis tonight. Time now for our Schleg lockdown play of the game. I'm not sure this affected the final outcome, but it pretty much slammed the door on the Indy 11. Best look that Jack Blake had tonight. Fondes didn't see it until late, but Danny, he saw it in time.
Great save. I mean, you talk about, again, goalkeepers sacrificing their body, the athleticism that Fondes has there. Brilliant save.
So stay tuned. Our Desnuda Tequila postgame show comes your way in a matter of moments. A happy group in purple, and we'll head south on I-65 for the Indy 11. It is quickly on to Hartford, looking for 3 points in the Northeast on Wednesday night. Didn't happen at home this evening. Snatch and grab by Lou City. They'll take them all south in this installment of LIP AFC.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
This isn't just 90 minutes. It's a feeling you carry for days. It's the roar of the crowd, the rush of a last-minute goal, the pride of your city standing shoulder to shoulder. This is more than a match. It's an experience. It's family. It's fire. It's Indy 11. Be part of it. Get your tickets now at indy11.com.
Imagine a health insurance company that could look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals and help its members find what they need to actually live healthier lives, like a stable job, dependable transportation, or a safe place to live. Well, that health insurance company is not only real, but making a real difference right now. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Officially time for the postgame show in Indianapolis. This is the Desnuda Tequila postgame show. Desnuda, 100% organic tequila. How real tequila tastes. Not the taste of victory for the Indy 11 tonight. Again, thought they played well, but it was a 3-1 loss at the hands of the best squad in the league, that being Lou City. We'll talk to head coach Sean McCauley coming up in a matter of moments. But first, it is time for our shot of the game, which is also brought to us by Desnuda Tequila. And it was the goal that happened 90 seconds into the match by Romario Williams.
Yeah, Indy 11 just came out flying. Quinn gets the ball across, and Williams, just a brilliant touch there. Far post, inside of the foot. Great goal.
But it would kind of follow the script of a lot of Lou City matches where they allow one, but they're going to get two or three. And that's how it played out tonight again. Desnuda, 100% organic tequila. That's how real tequila tastes. Joining us now, the head coach of the Indy 11, and Sean McCauley. Sean, I thought your team played well for a lot of it. Louisville had some moments of brilliance, and it carried him to the win. Just your thoughts how it played out tonight.
You know, I'm disappointed that we've not won or took points from the game. I know how important it is for everybody to compete against Louisville, and I do think we competed, but really disappointed to really get beat from set plays, and that's something that all season we've been pretty good at on both sides of it. And I have to look back again, but the balance of it, they took their chances and we didn't take ours, and then to get done on the set plays is a real disappointment for us. What it has done is we need to get some belief into the group for the next two games, and let them know that in open play and general play, other than the set plays, there wasn't that big a difference between the two teams, and that should be something we should hold on to.
I was going to say, because of the timing, where you've got to hop a flight to get to Hartford on Tuesday, is there really that much video study with the players of this match, or you try to flip that script and get to Hartford as quickly as possible?
There is, we'll do the video on Monday, and then preparation video for Hartford on Tuesday, and there'll be a lot of work in the film room and in the meeting rooms, because that's got to be our recovery session. We can't put these players out without having the appropriate amount of rest. And I do think there's moments in there that we want to show them on video as well. There's something to improve on, but also the good stuff. We remember we had a couple of chances. The 1-0 Romario chance when we were 1-0 up, and then even if Bruno gets that, it makes it a tricky last 5 minutes. But it's not to be for us tonight.
And Coach Foster had some nice opportunities in the first half. I really did. I thought you guys dominated the first half. You created opportunities. Lou City didn't have that many opportunities. Like you said, what's disappointing is I think they had 3 shots, and they all 3 went in off the restarts. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, you stayed with them. You held your ground with them, and just gave up a couple of tough goals. But you never stopped attacking. I like the substitutions you made. Try to keep some fresh legs in there. Yeah. Not sure what else you could have done, but they just capitalized, and we didn't.
Yeah, it is, and that's the story of the game. And sometimes, I've been in football a long time. This is my 36th year in football. Sometimes you don't really get what you deserve, and sometimes you pick up a point and 2 points, 3 points, and you might have been a bit lucky. At this moment in time, we're not getting many of them breaks. But we have to keep going, and that's the only thing now. You just got to keep going, keep working, keep trying as hard as we can to pick up the points so we can have a good end to the season.
I will let you get to it, my friend. Thank you, and best of luck in those 2 big road matches this week.
Appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Sean McCauley, again, joining us. We will quickly step aside. A couple of players expected to join us as the post-game show continues as well. Bruno Rendon, at the conclusion of his shift, Indy 11 fall by a score of 3-1 in their rivalry matchup with Lou City.
Our team at Security Federal Savings Bank welcomes you to our newest location, our West Carmel branch on Michigan Road, here to serve you. All the services you expect from a premier bank, personal and business banking, wealth management, trust services, and much more. The Security Federal Savings Bank branch team offers the expertise and knowledge you want and expect. Security Federal Savings Bank, proud of our team and our newest West Carmel location.
Imagine a health insurance company that could look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals and help its members find what they need to actually live healthier lives, like a stable job, dependable transportation, or a safe place to live. Well, that health insurance company is not only real, but making a real difference right now. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Again, win or lose, members of the Indy 11 always circle the Brickyard Battalion, and any fans that want an autograph, it's part of the wonderful connection between club and community. A guy that has learned that very well in basically now 6 or 7 months here in the States. He's always been a good interview to us, even unfortunately in defeat. It is Reese Charles Cook that joins us now. Reese, I know you're not happy about 3-1. Just kind of your thoughts to how things played out tonight.
Yeah, it's very disappointing because I 100% feel we should have got way more from the game. We started well, we had our chances, but, you know, that shows why they're top of the league. Do you know what I mean? They're ruthless, 3 good finishes. But it's very disappointing because, you know, we're very strong on set plays and conceding 2. That's how it feels. So, yeah.
When you see a goal like the one that was hit in front of the BYB at the end of the first half, when McFadden hits that from 21, 22 yards out, as a keeper, what can you do? Or you just kind of got to tip your cap in that scenario?
Yeah, obviously you got to tip your cap, but we also got to be better defensively, you know, focus. Do you know what I mean? We got to focus to the final whistle. You know, if you're going to half-time 1-0 up, I feel like it's a completely different game. But fair play to the lad. He's hit it very well. Obviously, I got fingers to it, but, yeah, it's a great strike.
On the restarts, Reese, you know, the goals that were given up, was there defensive miscommunication, or what do you see there? What can be improved there? Coach McCauley was disappointed in those goals, obviously, and weren't your fault, but what is the defense in front of you? There's some kind of disorganization going on or miscommunication? What's happening there? What can you clean up?
No, of course. To be honest, it's just disappointing because we're very good at set plays, and, you know, defensively, we don't really concede many goals from them. So to concede 2 is very, very disappointing. It's very unlike us, especially in the derby game today, you know. And like I said, that normally doesn't happen. So it's one of them. Obviously, we brush ourselves down, go again Monday, and, you know, we'll sort it out.
Again, Reese Charles Cook got to join us. A couple quick things, and then we'll let you go.
Of course, man.
You kind of knew what you were getting into when Hunter came back. You knew you were largely going to be kind of in an advisory role and a backup role. What has it been like to have your number called now each of these last 2 Saturday nights?
No, it's, obviously it's been a blessing. You know, it's what we work hard for. Obviously, Hunter's done really well, and then he's obviously picked up the injury of his fingers against, is it Greenville? And, yeah, no, obviously to lose tonight is very disappointing, but come in, and I feel like I've done all right so far when I've been called, and long may it continue.
You clearly have picked up the sense of rivalry and the closest of these 2 markets since you referred to it as the derby match. What was it like to be a part of this rivalry for the first time?
No, it is very, very good. Obviously, the results of previous have been going in their way, and everyone goes on of how good a side they are, and obviously they're not a bad side at all, but I think today we showed, especially with the chance we created and how we played against them, that there's not much difference between the 2. And, you know, if we do finish our chances, I think it's a completely different game. Obviously, we could have killed it in the first 15, 20 minutes, but, yeah, that's football. That's why they're top of the league, and, yeah, it's just so, so disappointing.
Understood, my friend. Thanks for the time, and thanks for being a pro as always. We'll see you next week.
Always great. Cheers.
Reese Charles Cook, again, kind enough to join us. Quick check of the match stats as we get the headphones switched over to Romario Williams. Thank you, Reese. Appreciate it. Great to have him on the post-game show for the first time. Again, we'll get the headsets on Romario. Here's the way the match shaped out. And
Again, as you look at those numbers, other than goals, they're very even, aren't they?
Very even. And look at the possession rate at 49% for Indy 11, 51 for Louisville. That's about as dead even as you can get. That's a much higher possession rate. They did that in the first half, Indy 11. They looked good. And, for the most part, they had more shots on goal than Lou City. Lou City had 4 shots on goal. 3 of them went in. So, yeah, you look at those stats, you think it's a tie ball game. But it was an impressive effort by Indy 11, but not enough against Lou City.
A guy that made him look good because he had that opening goal for the Indy 11 is Romario Williams, who joins us now. Ro, as always, thanks for the time, even in defeat. Just kind of your thoughts as to how things played out for you and your teammates tonight.
Very disappointed, of course. To take the lead at home, getting off to such a fast start, something that we talked about and, worked on all week, to be honest. I think we had a very, very good week of preparation coming into this one, and we got the start that we wanted. But, obviously, for a large part of the first half, we were for sure the better team. Obviously disappointed to concede right before the break, but, we felt good going into the break, how we played in that first half. But, came out flat in the second half, conceded 2 set plays. And against a team like this, top of the league with, that much experience, they're top of the league for a reason. They know how to win games, and it was always an uphill task from there.
That goal that you scored very early happened so fast. You didn't have much time to kind of think about it. Walk us through what you saw on that opening strike.
Yeah, the ball came in from Quinney, and the intention was to take a touch past the defender to set myself up for a shot. But, fortunately for me, I got the ricochet between his legs, and I was able to pounce on the loose ball and, just slot in the bottom corner.
And again, you described it perfectly as we're sitting here watching the monitor. We have that luxury you don't down there. I would assume at this point, since I hadn't heard, you're staying with us next weekend. No trip to the Jamaican national team, or are you heading out?
No, I'm here. Wasn't selected for this window, these upcoming games, so I'm here. That's just as important to me as well, because we're at a crucial stretch in our season with 9 games to go. We have a tough week. Obviously, Hartford on Wednesday. That's a huge game. That's our game in hand from earlier in the year. And then Charleston next weekend. It's a very tough week, challenging week. Positions are up for grabs, and we have to go out there and execute.
I know you're disappointed about not getting that national team call, but as you know, we do need you here. So I'm happy that you're going to be in Hartford and Charleston. We'll let you get to it, Ro. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks always.
Romario Williams, you can count up to join us. That'll do it for our coach and player interviews as part of our Desnuda Tequila post-game show. More thoughts from Indianapolis when we come back as you're watching Indy 11 Soccer on MyIndy TV 23.
Victory takes all, to me, means that it takes everyone.
Everyone really matters.
Victory takes all means it takes everyone who reps the Indy 11 badge.
When the 90 minutes is done, when we win, everybody wins.
I want to represent the club and the city with passion.
It's a community, a village that it takes to reach victory.
Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it, try it, paint it, love it, love it, love it.
This is Molly. She loves road trips, hikes, her dog Max, and cars that fit her lifestyle. Like this cool new ride that she got with help from Indiana Members Credit Union at a great low rate. And for when she's on the go, IMCU makes it easy for her to pay from anywhere thanks to their digital banking. Looks like Molly is really getting the max from her credit union.
Well, frankly, it is a script we have seen before. Lou City coming here and getting all 3 points Dan, I think the match stats that we saw illustrate that was there for the taking for the Indy 11. Lou City finished their chances. Indy 11 did not. Here's how Lou City secured the win. Securing the win is brought to us by Allegiant. And while this goal didn't secure the win, it kind of snatched that momentum right away from the Indy 11 at the end of the first half.
Right at the end of the half. And what a strike by McFadden. I mean, just bending an inside panel. Reese tries to get to it, just couldn't get it. Just a brilliant, brilliant goal.
First 40-plus minutes belonged to the Indy 11. And despite that, it was tied at 1 at halftime. And it just kind of changed the outlook for the remainder of the night. So again, these two teams will see each other again in 5 weeks. For the Indy 11, most of their business will be done away from home. And again, it's not easy. At Hartford, at Charleston, at Rhode Island, back home for Birmingham and Tulsa. And again, Tulsa is playing phenomenal soccer. And then you go to Lou City. So simply put, you've got to get results against the best teams in the league, Dan, if you want to make it to the playoffs for a 3rd consecutive season.
Every game matters at this point for Indy 11. Every single game matters. Every minute matters. They have to perform. They have to execute. They got to finish their chances.
And again, fans, the next 3 matches are on ESPN Plus exclusively. The next home match is a national television match against CBS Sport on CBS Sports Network. Our next local broadcast is not for 4 weeks. So we will next talk to you in the broadcast booth on September the 27th when FC Tulsa makes its way to Indianapolis. Romario Williams led the charge for the Indy 11, but Lou City would score 3 times. McFadden, then Lambert, then Tosh. 3 goals, 3 points in LIP AFC. Good night and thanks for joining us on My Indy TV 23.
With more features to keep your account safe and secure. Northwest Bank is here for what's next.
Good dog.
This isn't just 90 minutes. It's a feeling you carry for days. It's the roar of the crowd, the rush of a last-minute goal, the pride of your city, standing shoulder to shoulder. This is more than a match. It's an experience. It's family. It's fire. It's Indy 11. Be part of it. Get your tickets now at indy11.com.